new generation crack babies are gonna be called cat babies and they're all gonna have ADHD? What?
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Glasses or no? Only comment if you're a woman. Glasses or no? Like I said, only comment if you're a woman though. It's okay to text and drive if you're really good at it. Okay, people are being loud outside. Kill yourself. Crumble cookies just disgusting. Insomnia cookies is literally like fucking Nestle cookies that I made like in the oven. When I had a fucking insomnia cookie the other night, I paid $10 for an insomnia cookie sandwich. $10 for it. It was fucking gross. It was like, it was 2 cookies. First of all, and I get pissed off at shit. I'm supposed to be talking about sex, I'm talking about food. Same thing. Okay, I'm lactose intolerant. So that is a great inconvenience for me to try something that is milk and for it to be bad. It pisses me off when something like that happens. It's milk and it's bad. Now you just fucked with my gut and now you fuck with my trust. So it's a big ball of lies here. And I don't like it. I don't like what you're doing and you suck. So fuck you insomnia cookie and fuck you crumble cookie and fuck you to all. You know the only corporate like bakery or like sweet place that I like? Shout out to fucking Nothing But Cakes. Nothing But Cakes, you're a beautiful woman. I love you. If I could, I'd marry you in a heartbeat like that. You are my little Southern belle. You are everything to me. I fucking love you. Shout out to Nothing But Cakes. Fuck, I love it. I don't have a Christian view on sex, but I also don't have a super liberal view on sex. By that I mean women shouldn't have it. That got a laugh from Joe Rogan. Oh, so I don't view it like, you know, it's just something. I think sex for a lot of people is very like connective. I think for some people it's very disconnected, but I think for a lot of people it's kind of connected, and it's moments that you share with another person, and it's very, you know, I think it's important. I think people who you're gonna look at in the future and be like, you know, I'm not mad that I let this person see this side of me, because I think it's a side that like only a few like certain people see. But also, if you want to do that and you feel good about it, that's okay. I'm talking about myself. If you feel good about that, do you. But my like thing about it is, if I'm gonna do it with this person and I look back and I'm like, this person's a fucking dickhead, and I let you see this side of me that not a lot of people see, you know, it kind of makes me feel bad about myself or like certain things. And then sometimes it's just like, some things are just fun. But I also think, on the other hand, kind of paradoxically, that I'm like, well, sex can be fun too, but I have a little when it's like, fucking these people that I don't like, or that I don't really like. That's why I kind of like the concept of like, rather than sleeping around, I'm more over like the concept of like a fuck buddy, or like a few people that like you like as people, and who are you, like, you're cool, you trust them. Because a lot of people say that. I think you should trust the person you're fucking, because that's how STIs are carried. But I'm also not like sex, I don't want to go like the Gen Z. I don't know if this is all of Gen Z, but there's a bit of like propaganda where it's like Gen Z is anti-sex, because the fucking arguments where people on Twitter like, I don't like sex scenes in film. And I think if you have ever gone on the internet and said sex scenes are unnecessary, I think you're a little bitch. I think you're a little bitch. There are certain scenes and things that are unnecessary that I can quote and cite. But a few sex scenes never hurt nobody and actually made me really happy. So fuck you. I think people should do whatever the fuck they want as long as they're not harming another person. Like, I really could not give two shits what you're doing. But for me personally, I think you're a fucking slut. I don't know if you guys know the poet Richard Silken. He wrote the collection of poetry called Crush. He's an awarded poet. He is also awarded tweeter, tweets every day. People love him on Twitter. I love him on Twitter too. There was a discussion brought up about the difference between, you know, platonic relationship, your friends, and the difference between like romantic partners. And he said plainly sex, that is it. And I sort of agree, you know, I at first I like very much agreed, like, yes, that is it. But I also start, especially since I think an argument might be romance. Because there's a sort of romance that you can have with your, you know, what was I saying? Romance could be a difference. Like in romantic partners and friendships, that could be the different thing also, you know, with sex. Like on Valentine's Day, you might not get your friend flowers, but you also might. And that's where I'm kind of like, there's a romance in friendship too. I think friendships, like fun ones, flamboyant ones, good ones, have like a bit of romance in them, and they're kind of cute in that way. But also like platonic relationships, I've talked about it. I hold it high. You gotta fucking hold them high. I love a good friendship. I hold them higher than, like friends, family, that's up there. And then, I mean, not to put it on a ranking system, but like romantic stuff, but like I believe more so in the platonic soulmate. Like I think that is beautiful. Obviously romantic soulmate, awesome, great. Looking for that always. Like if anyone, you know where to hit. The DMs, the comments. I'm desperate. We all know this. I'm easy too. Okay, this is an application. I'm so sorry. I just said I'm easy on the internet. Welcome to my era of stupidity. Also, relationships that you have with different people I find really interesting. Like, you'll have one relationship with one person and another with this person, and not one person can fulfill all your needs. So you have all these different people that are good for different things, and you tell different things to. And it's like it's so wonderful. I'm just obsessed with friendship, and I'm like forever going to be obsessed with people and the relationships they have with other people, because it's so beautiful. And it's like a platonic relationship that I remember, like friendships that I remember, a really good one was I had a friend called Morgan in, I believe, the 3rd grade. And I remember this, and I'm like fucking old now. No, I'm not old, but I'm much older. And it's like, can you do the math on that? 9 years? No, it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. 10 years ago, I had a friend called Morgan, and you know, we were tight and cool. And I've always had like weird relationships with people. Like, I've always had weird friendships with certain people. And so I really remember the friendships that I have that are just always like steady and nice and solid. And it's just like so much love. There's so much love between the two of us. It's just like, it's just beautiful. It doesn't need to be said. It's just there. And it's just, I don't know. But yeah, we were friends. And I remember I had to leave because I changed school districts. And so I went to school in Georgia, and then I moved to McDonough, Georgia, and that was a different school district. So the school found out, and I got like basically kicked out of that school due to school zoning. So then I had to leave my friend, and I ended up seeing her like after, and I remember her mom telling the story where she said that she was crying, and she was like, she left the school. Like, it's so, and I remember like hearing that story, and it's so heartbreaking, because I remember feeling the same way. But it's like, you mean that much to some people, you mean that much. And I love that about friendships, how much you mean to people. Oh, it's my birthday tomorrow, by the way. Not that this video will probably come out, like, my birthday is January 25th. I'll say that. This is gonna show you the distance between when I'm filming and when this is uploaded, because I think there's like 2 videos in front of this. So like, either this is gonna come out next week or it's gonna come out in 6 months. Probably not 6 months, probably a month. But probably not. Actually, let's speak well into existence. Things that, I just don't think things really hurt my ego or touch my ego is the thing. I think I get embarrassed or I get anxious, and that's more so my like social anxiety and just like learned things that I'm like still processing. But I don't think that's my ego, because when I look towards my self-worth and like trying to unlearn these things, I think well about myself. As I'm getting older, I just am more comfortable with myself and think better about myself and my own worth. Like, a couple days ago I was thinking about something, and I was like, I love you, but I love me more. And that's like that's a Samantha Jones, like, I'm a fucking woman quote. That's a yeah quote. And when I thought that, I was like, ooh, like I've never like, I love you, but I love me more. But I do feel, but the only times I think my ego gets hurt though, like, my ego gets hurt the most when I get rejected, or yeah, when I get like rejected by somebody that I want to date. That's my ever since I was small, like that's been I've always had like in terms of like my face and like skills, like I've always had like a okay idealization of my face or things about myself. Like I always kind of was like, oh, I look alright, you know, I'm kind of smart, this and this and that. But I also understand that there's anxieties that I've had based off of like parts of my past that are embedded in me, and I have negative thoughts about this. But for the most part, like I'm kind of like, I know when I look at myself, if I'm writing stuff down, I'm like, oh, I like this and this and this about myself. So, but ever since I was like younger, I always, when somebody rejected me or didn't want to be my friend, or most importantly, didn't want to like me romantically, that's what hurts my ego the most. And it's funny because it's like, it shouldn't hurt your ego the most, because when people reject you, it's actually not about you at all. It's about them, you know? It's not really about you. It's all about them. Because think about it. I did something, and it's like 9% of people I'm attracted to. And that doesn't mean that 91 people out of that 100 group is fucking ugly. That just means I'm not attracted to them. Like I don't find some people attractive, or I don't want to date some people even if they are attractive. So it has nothing to do with, you know, this or that, and it shouldn't really hit my ego, but for some reason it does. It's like the one thing that's kind of like, oh, okay. It jerks me. It's kind of like, ooh. I think it's because it's like that perception of yourself and and if you tell yourself negative things, and if you have in the past, rejection kind of hurts extra hard, because it's like, also when you have an issue and you're weird about rejection, it's like, I think people are running from like, and I guess I'm running from that too. I don't really like the idea of having a too large ego or a too small one. I'd rather just have like an indifference, because that's what like life is about. Like nobody's super great and nobody's super bad for the most part. So it's like, you should be indifferent about your ego, because it's ever changing. Like you as a person, each day you make a decision to do something, or you're making a decision to be this person or this every single day. So it'll change, it'll inflate, it will deflate. It's kind of up and down. It's kind of, you should be indifferent about it. Like I don't really think about my ego a lot, and I never thought about it that much, because it's like something that I'm not, I guess I don't really have a super grand ego, but I also don't have a large one either. It's just kind of like in the middle. It's kind of like when people used to say, do you look at the glass half full or half empty? It's a glass of fucking water. Like, that's what I look at it as. I'm not going and saying, oh, look at this fucking glass of water, it's half empty. No, I'm saying it's water in a cup. I'm gonna drink it. Like, it's not something that, not everything needs to be analyzed. Not everything needs to be like, this is too large or too, it can just be a thing. That's it. That's fucking it. That's it. Is that what ego death is about? What is ego death? Let me look up ego death. What? Okay, it says at the core, ego death is the demise of your sense of self as you know it. Ego death results in a significant reduction of self-referential awareness, sparking and disruption in how you view yourself in the world, sometimes encouraging a feel of unity. Call to action, your journey. So I suppose the ego death is like thinking of yourself as not being as detail oriented when it comes to yourself, and more being about the bigger picture. You're in the grand scheme of things. You're not just like a person. You're a part of like earth and a living, breathing kind of like. But it's, see, things get ruined when they're talked about by like a certain group of people. And by that I mean white boys that dropped out of college because their parents are super rich and realize, I don't really need to go to college if my parents are super rich. Which, I wouldn't be here. Because it's like, what the fuck what am I trying to do? The whole point of going to college in a capitalist society is the, you know, from like a middle class person or like a working class person is probably the ideal of I'm reaching for something more. And it's like, if you've already got something more, then you're just playing this stupid fucking game. You could want to go learn about the greats for $80,000 a year. I talk shit about college a lot. I can't help it. I'm sorry, it's in my nature. And this laptop's quality is shit. It's the newer one, but the camera quality fucking sucks. What was that? As my skin is like clearing up, I'm wearing concealer. It's not this clear. But as my skin is clearing up, and I just get boom, this the day before my birthday, which I'm not doing anything on my birthday. The thing that I'm doing on my birthday is eating hot wings in bed. That's my plan. And I don't want it disrupted.
This is a song about girls. New York City pretty girls. I come from a different world where the water gets brown from the pine trees. Yeah, I'm trying